In today's class, we will understand our first selection structure called if-else selection structure. First, we will understand the definition of if-else selection structure, and after that we will understand the syntax for if-else, and after that we will understand the concept of if-else by using an example. So let's get started. Let's get started with the definition of if-else selection structure. The if-else selection structure allows a program to choose between two alternatives by testing the value of an expression. So how we are going to select between two alternatives? So that is done by the evaluation of an expression. So let's understand that concept by using this syntax. So this is the syntax for if-else. If-else. Whenever we use if condition, if statement, we have to use it along with these parentheses. Now what these parentheses are used for is, this is where the expression will get evaluated. Within this parenthesis, whatever the expression that we give, so if it results to be true, so then the if part will get executed. If it results to be false, then the else part will get executed. Now, what is considered as the result of true? If this expression evaluates a value other than 0, if this expression evaluates a value, for example, let's assume that here we are having an expression and that expression is evaluating a value of 5. So if it is evaluating a value other than 0, then that expression, the result is considered as true. Try to get that point, and this point is very, very important. Don't consider that if this expression evaluates 1, then only this expression will be evaluated as true. No, any value other than 0, if the expression evaluates any value other than 0, so then this expression is considered as true. If this expression is considered, the result of this expression is considered as true, then whatever the part that is allocated for if, means these braces, whatever that we give within these braces, those statements will get executed. We may have one statement, we may have multiple statements. All those statements which are within these curly braces will get evaluated, will get executed. Okay, what if this expression evaluates to be false? Means if this expression gives a result of 0, then the else part will get executed. Means these three statements will not get executed. Try to understand this. Whatever that is there within the if statement will not get executed if this expression evaluates to be false. Means the else part will get executed. Whatever the statements that are there in the else part within the curly braces of this else statement, that part will get executed. Try to understand this. So this is the syntax for the if-else expression. Sorry, if-else structure. Now we will try to understand this concept by using an example. Here I have taken very simple example. I am using these printf statements. So it is the if conditions are not only meant to print something, we can execute as many number of statements as possible based upon our requirement. But for simplicity, I have taken only simple printf statements. Now what is the job done by this if-else statement? Try to understand this. Here, if the age of a student or a candidate is greater than 18, then this is going to print you are a major. Okay. Means in this case here we are going to get a value of 1 because the relational operators always evaluate either 0 or 1. If the age is greater than 18, if a particular candidate's age is greater than 18, then this if condition is printing your age is, you are a major. If it happens to be false, means if the age is not greater than 18, then the else part will get executed. So here it is going to print you are a minor. Okay. So this is how the if statements are going to bring the ability to take the decision, intelligent thinking to take the decisions. So this is how your programming language is getting the ability to take decisions. Try to understand that point. Means we are now able to make decisions based upon the conditions. So that is very important to understand. Now we will understand another case of if else selection structure. What if I don't want anything to be executed if the condition evaluates to be false? So is it possible? Yes, it is possible. The use of else statement is not mandatory. Whenever we use if statement, it is not mandatory to use the else statement also. This may be used or may not be used. Syntactically, if you don't use the else statement, that is also fine. There are some cases, there are lots of cases where we need only if it is true, some set of statements are to be executed. If it is false, don't worry what are to be executed. Means there is no need for us to provide this else statement. Try to understand this. We'll try to understand that case also. Here I have taken another example. If the age is greater than 18, here we are printing take drive test. For a candidate to take drive test, the only condition that we are expecting is the age of the candidate should be greater than 18. If the age is greater than 18, just take the drive test. If not, so there is no need for us to evaluate certain kind of expressions. So that else part is not required in this case. Try to understand this. In the what if we are having multiple alternatives and we have to choose one among them? So that is the case of cascade if else structure. So that we will try to understand in our next class. See you in the next class.